Sinister is like a fucking movie. You should go see it or not. Kind of sucks. Whatever. like that's just how it should start.
Today we're reviewing Sinister, directed by Scott Derrickson, written by C. Robert Cargill, and starring Ethan Hawke and Juliet Rylance. The movie has a budget of $3 million and was released on October 12th, 2012. The movie starts. The movie starts off with a family moving into a house in a small town. The father and husband is played by Ethan Hawke, and his name is Ellison Oswalt. He is a writer, and he particularly chooses this house because it had a history in which the previous family was murdered horrifically. Essentially, it seems like he wants to use this as inspiration to write his next book. And maybe do a little bit of detective stuff, and be able to figure out what happened to this family previously. He ends up getting a lot more information than he thought he would by finding a strange box in his attic that contains a whole bunch of Super 8 film tapes. These film tapes are horrific and gruesome, and each one is a little bit different from the other. But he basically, from then on, does a little bit of detective work and strings everything together and tries to figure out what happened in these families. The first thing that I would say is that one thing that makes this horror movie in particular very unique, the fact that it sets up all the reasons why this guy can't leave the house when shit goes down. It sets up interesting relationships between the family, and more specifically between Ethan Hawke and his wife and his son and daughter. And it makes you care about these characters more. These characters are not cardboard cutouts. They actually have personalities, and I like that. That was the number one thing I liked about this film, was that the writers actually took the time to try to close some of the common loopholes that you find in horror movies.
So, one thing I really liked about this movie was it was almost very like Stephen King in the way that the protagonist is this kind of troubled writer character, but instead of writing horror, he writes true crime. He's kind of down on his luck because I guess his second book doesn't do so well. So it kind of shows this tortured character that's struggling and trying to keep his family happy while trying to like write a masterpiece that's going to set him up for the rest of his life.
As far as scares go, the movie towards the beginning, when he watches the Super 8 tapes, those are really creepy, and there's a lot of them. I was surprised. I was like, wow, it's another one. And he watches them, and they're all pretty damn scary. When the movie is at its best, the movie is more of a mystery film.
Yeah, it's a horrific mystery.
Exactly. And then it turns into like this like crazy, ghost story. The movie is best towards the first half or three quarters, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
It's more of a mystery movie. The guy Ethan Hawke is trying to discover little clues within these Super 8 tapes, and you kind of discover it with him, and because you care about the character and you care about what he's doing, then you do want to know these things, and some of the things are genuinely creepy in a more subtle way.
I'd say this is a really good horror movie to go to with your stupid friend, because they're going to get a kick out of it.
Am I that stupid friend, you fucking asshole?
No. I mean, like, going there with someone who's going to actually analyze a movie. Like, me and Michael sat and, like, really tore apart this movie. But on the surface, this movie's an alright horror movie. It's not that bad.
It's creepy.
It's eerie, it's almost like a thriller, but it's not like...
Towards the first half, first three quarters, more like a thriller. Then it just gets really blatant.
The CGI in the movie is kind of terrible. Pretty honestly, bad. It's really bad. But some of the better aspects of the movie, I guess, is like the film work other than the CGI is really good. But for some reason, there's just really, really, really unrealistic CGI in certain parts.
Yeah,
but that's probably my only complaint as regards to the actual making of the movie.
I mean, like we said in the beginning, though, the movie does only have a budget of $3 million, so, I mean, I'm sure that had something to do with it. But even so, they had such unnecessary CGI in this movie that you just question why they would put something in there that was so phony in the first place. And it didn't add scare. It was jump scares. They used the CGI for jump scares. And a lot of the other things were just subtle and, like, interesting.
The movie just kind of, like, they ran out of money. They, like, ran out of time, they ran out of money or something. It's like someone had this really great idea, and then they just kind of said, fuck it.
Yeah.
I liked it from the beginning. I was super into it, and it's like I kind of merited it by bathroom trips, in all honesty, refill trips, because I really liked the movie. Then I went and got like some popcorn. I came back, and I was still kind of down. And then I went and got some popcorn and came back, and by that point I was like, okay, like it can whatever. Yeah, it's I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, like there's things happen to characters that just you don't understand. It's not answered at all. It's just stupid. It's just there to scare you. And I understand, if you're just going there for those cheap thrills, then that's fine. But the fact that the movie started out evaluating itself as kind of a mystery movie with a little bit of brains, and then turns to these, like, just stupid tropes of an average horror movie, it was just threw me off guard. It felt like it was building to an awesome climax, kind of, and then it just took a sharp.
It was like jacking off and your mom walked in the room. That's
a good one.
Honestly, like, I don't know, I wasn't doing too much that night, but I might have rather gotten kicked in the balls slightly. Alright, maybe, like, some stupid girl needs you to go to the movies with her, and, she might get feasibly entertained by this or something. Okay, don't put that in. That's an awful thing to say. Maybe I'm just gonna think I'm a terrible person.
You have a stupid girlfriend. Maybe she'll like it.
Yeah. No, this movie is a movie that's worth going to if you don't have anything better to do on a Friday night and you want the cheap thrills of a horror movie that's gonna at least give you a reason to eat, like, 2 large popcorns. Otherwise, I'd say wait for it to come out on Netflix.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather get kicked in the balls, and I'll give it a 2.9.
Between a low rental and a forget about it, I don't know, maybe like, I can't give it a rental. A 5.4 I gotta give it.